From the high-definition educational broadcast center at Bergen Community College's main campus in Paramus, this is Studio Bergen. Hi everyone, I'm Larry Levanka, and welcome to the Season 5 premiere of Studio Bergen, your connection to the state's largest community college. As students have returned to campus, we begin our new season with big news. For the second year in a row, Bergen is number 1. According to federal data released by Community College Week, Bergen once again ranked number 1 for associate degree graduates in New Jersey with 2,519 students. Not only did Bergen maintain its stay at the top of the state, but it rose in the national rankings too. The college graduates the 26th most students among all two-year institutions in the entire country. Bergen students, faculty, and staff celebrated the achievement of the commitment to completion at the We Are One, We Are Bergen rally September 18th.
Becoming number 1 and remaining number 1 takes all of us. It takes the students who dedicate themselves to commit to complete. It takes the faculty who inspire our students to succeed. And it takes our staff who support students every step of the way. And it takes our community who recognizes the importance of Bergen's mission.
We'll talk in depth with President Walter about this topic and others in the second half of this season premiere episode when I sit down with her for an exclusive interview. As students settle back in or enter Bergen for the first time, a variety of events highlighted the first month of classes, including movies, performances, and the annual Club Day, which matches the Bergen student profile in terms of diversity and distinctiveness. Speaking of our students, in our Student Success Spotlight this month, we welcome new Phi Theta Kappa President Natalia Gonzalez to the show. Welcome, Natalia.
Thank you, Larry, for having me.
No problem. Good to be back?
Yes, definitely.
So what's on tap for PTK this year?
Well, we have 2 huge projects. Phi Theta Kappa requires 2 projects, one college project, which is administered by the administration, which for this year we're going to be working with Achieving the Dream organization, where we'll be tackling the argument of equity versus equality, and really just the value of equity. So here on campus, we're really excited to be working with some high schools and actually an organization that's called Highlight, that they believe in building the gap between students realizing their passions and what really interests them and achieving it academically.
Wow, and trying to get them involved a little bit earlier than before they actually even enroll at the college.
Yes, sort of teaching them a little more about college culture before they get here, because sometimes we find that that's not really explained. And we hope that here on campus, for newer students or students who just want to get ahead, we can also offer them that sort of same education and insight through peer seminars. Plenty
of research that shows these type of bridge programs really do make quite a difference for students. Early intervention is key. Talking about Phi Theta Kappa, obviously you are the president. You will be leading a lot of these initiatives. Why even go after that role? Why take the top job for what is a internationally recognized chapter of Phi Theta Kappa?
Yes, so Alpha Epsilon Phi has a really strong standing here on campus and, as you said, internationally. But for me, I wouldn't say, I know I'm president, but I wouldn't say I'm just like the leader. I have a really strong board behind me of people with many talents, and it just so happened that my talents lied within the role of president as far as being able to delegate and just advocate in general. But Phi Theta Kappa just does so much for our students here. We're also a 700 membership strong. So it's a lot of students who really care, that want to get involved, and it's not just about their GPAs, but also creating programs for students who might not be members, but they can still attend our community service, attend panels that we hold with faculty and advisors, or just a helping hand around campus.
With that in mind, if a student is interested in Phi Theta Kappa, how do they get involved?
So with Phi Theta Kappa, you were non-exclusive. As I was saying, you can get involved anyway, but if you would like to become a member, it's contingent on your GPA. So a student who has anywhere from 12 to 15 credits has to have a 375, and then from 16 to 23 they have to have a 3.7, and then it goes on forth until you have a 48 plus credits, which would be a 3.6. And then once you're a member, our only requirement is to keep a 3.5 GPA.
It's pretty amazing to me. We have a record number of students involved in PTK.
We do.
And as you said, this is an earned position. This is an earned society. This is not like you just get to join. These are very high-achieving students. What is it like to be around other people that have a similar mindset to you, real serious about your education and about where you're going forward?
It's inspiring because not only are they serious about their education, but when you talk to these students, I mean, here in Bergen in general, we have such a diverse population. We have students who've come from any and all kinds of backgrounds, from non-traditional to students who just came from high school. So being involved with these students really just pushes you that much more forward, because they want more as far as not just their educational trajectory, but really helping out the community and hopefully eventually globally.
If there was one thing that you'd like to take away from this year, being president, being involved with Phi Theta Kappa, or being able to accomplish for the college, what do you think that thing would be?
In my meetings, I always say I want to create a legacy project. I want to create something that students can uphold and then carry on. Like right now we're working with the PUSH initiative, which I don't know if you know much about it.
Hunger, yes.
Yes, so it's Presidents United to solve hunger. And the program was initiated at the UN, and we were the only community college at the time to sign this initiative. And it's our promise as a school to help end poverty, to help end hunger, because that's where it really starts. And that is our project this year. So we're actually creating a documentary, Phi Theta Kappa here at Bergen, where we're going to record all of our community service. We're going to record our statistics, our own collections of surveys, and what we're doing to make a difference, to also push other people, make them realize that it doesn't matter where you stand socioeconomically, doesn't matter where you stand in age, you're never too young to make a difference.
Well, we look forward to seeing what you're going to do this year, Natalia, and good luck.
Thank you, Larry.
Okay. On the topic of student success, in late August, Bergen recognized the graduates as part of its inaugural paramedic science class during an afternoon ceremony. The program prepares current emergency medical technicians seeking to advance their knowledge and employment prospects as licensed paramedics. The laboratory, located at Bergen Community College at the Meadowlands, includes a simulated residential apartment, an emergency department receiving area, and an ambulance optimized for classroom instruction, remaining the location's signature program. In this month's edition of Faculty Focus, we followed one of the college's busiest professors, Sony Tiwari. In addition to his work in the classroom, he also plays a critical role as the co-chair of the Middle States Self-Study Team.
I saw it really as an opportunity to learn about what's going on here in a deeper way than I'd really been exposed to in the past. So, you know, on the surface, when you're a faculty member, you know what's going on in your classroom, you might know what's going on in your department, but having an opportunity to work with 100 plus faculty, staff, administrators, board members, students here at the college in a wide array of areas, I think presented a really unique opportunity to see other dimensions of what happens at Bergen on a daily basis.
For the young music professor, co-chairing the Middle States Self-Study presented a worthwhile challenge.
A lot of times the process for young faculty members is to focus on the teaching and then to another extent the scholarship as well. I think that the takeaway for me is really seeing how much of the student's experience at Bergen has to do with what happens outside of my classroom walls. I'm so focused on a daily basis on assignments, peer-to-peer opportunities. For students in our music program, I'm so focused on having experiences off campus for them to do concerts and other types of performances, exchanges. So seeing, what does a student look back on 5 years after they're done at Bergen? Is it what happens in my class, or is it something that happened in a club? Is it something that happened when they were trying to go through financial aid? Is it something that a problem they were having that they received counseling from? There are so many other things that the college provides to the student outside of instruction in a classroom. And I think that going through this this Middle States process has really ingrained that into my understanding, not only of the college, but my role in that college.
October is a big month for the college's Middle States self-study, as Working Groups has finished a draft of their report. Dr.
Kenneth Ender, who's the evaluation team chair for our Middle States self-study process, he's coming to visit. It's a preliminary visit. It'll be 2 days, and he'll come on campus and basically we'll tie down some of the logistical details for the team visit that will take place in spring 2016. Of course, Tiwari has a day job too, in the classroom. The good thing is, the first day of class, I like to ask students what music they like. I've never gone around the class and asked students what they like to listen to and had a student say, I don't like music. So from the very first day, we can establish that this is something we all have in common. We all like music. The fascinating thing is some of the classes here at Bergen, I'll have students that have been studying music for 5, 10 years, and I'll have some students maybe that are on a novice level, they've just started. I have some students that haven't studied music at all, and they're taking a music class just because they're interested or because they have a few extra credits, to fulfill. And the fascinating thing is students that don't have a background in music, the realization they have that they actually know so much about music. So, you're talking about how do you kind of connect with these students. I think the first point of connection is getting people to realize how much they actually know. With his varied interests and talents, he's in a band, produces, writes, and acts. Tiwari thinks it's simple why he does what he does. Being a teacher and being a musician, I like to do other creative activities on the side. They're all connected to the same thing. I think it's just an extension. Being a teacher is an extension of the life that I want to live. I think being a teacher is being a learner. I think they're two sides of the same thing. I think that I look at educators as teaching artists. I think there's an art to teaching. I think that the things that I encounter in a classroom, the problems, the tensions, the beautiful harmonious moments, I think that I see them so similar to what I do on a stage or what I do when I'm writing a new song or doing something creative. So to me, being in education is just it's just an extension of how I see myself and how I want to live my life. During the summer, a kickoff celebration for Fuse, the reimagined Bergen Community College Regional Accelerator at the Meadowlands, unveiled the college's renewed focus on developing the next generation of entrepreneurs and small business owners. Fuse offers clients co-working space outfitted with Wi-Fi, meeting rooms, and other support services for $99 per month. Mentorship opportunities, workshops, and classes complement the co-working resources. Currently at capacity, Fuse houses 20 small businesses but maintains a waiting list for interested entrepreneurs. At the kickoff event, Fuse officials also announced a partnership with the statewide Hispanic Chamber of Commerce of New Jersey that seeks to further integrate Hispanics in business. As part of the collaborative effort, the Chamber moved its headquarters to Fuse's offices at the college's Meadowlands location. Also during the summer, a second observatory came into the college's universe. In fact, after signing a deal with the New Jersey Sports and Exposition Authority to operate the William D. McDowell Observatory, the college now runs the only 2 public observatories in Bergen County. Bergen faculty host free public observations of stars and other objects on Wednesday evenings from 8:30 to 10:30 p.m. at the McDowell Observatory and oversee the maintenance and care of the state-of-the-art facilities equipment. At the main campus, public viewings take place Friday evenings from 8 to 10 p.m. in the Emil Buehler Trust Observatory. Taking a look at events in this month's campus calendar, Broadway Today, American Musicals in the 21st Century will take place Thursday, October 15th at 7:30 p.m. in the Anna Maria Ciccone Theater. Visit tickets.bergen.edu for seats. Former stars of the legendary ECW wrestling promotion
will invade Bergen Saturday, October 17th for a 7 p.m. show. Proceeds benefit the college's veterans. Call 201-879-5232 for tickets. The annual alumni dinner will take place Thursday, October 22nd at 6 p.m. at Biagio's. For more information, please call 201-879-8952. And finally, Bergen Stages will return with Veronica's Room on multiple nights beginning Friday, October 30th in the Ender Hall Lab Theater. Visit tickets.bergen.edu for seats. In our studio interview segment this month, I had the unique opportunity to speak with President Kaye Walter. In our wide-ranging interview, we began with her thoughts on beginning another academic year.
The first day of classes is always amazing because we have the opportunity to greet students who are walking on our campus, many of them for the very first time. I know this year I got to talk to a number of students and actually walk them to their first class. They come excited but also apprehensive because they haven't been to college before. We have a huge building and it's very easy to get lost. I myself still get lost at times in the Pipkin building. And so it's fun to watch the expressions on their face and to participate in the first day with them. It helps me understand the importance of the work that we do, not only in the classroom, but our co-curricular work of helping to support them as they get started on the right foot so they can graduate on time.
And a wonderful way to segue, those students came back for the second year in a row to the #1 ranked New Jersey institution for associate degree graduates. Bergen learned that earlier this month. Dr. Walter, what does that mean for the college, for its students, for really the entire community?
Larry, I guess I want to start and talk to you a little bit about why graduation is so important. Back in 2010, the country and the leaders in this country took a look at what was happening. And there began to be a disappearance of our middle class in the United States. Mm-hmm. And part of it was because we have a lot of high-level paying jobs that are going unfilled by people in this country because they don't have the skill sets to take those jobs. Mm-hmm. And there was a mandate that went out from the White House and several large foundations that said by 2020, we would like for there to be 50% more degrees from community colleges and certificates that are of high quality. And the reason behind that is that we want our country to be filled with people who not only have hope of a great job, but have great jobs and participate in the well-being of our communities. So the emphasis on graduation rates began really in 2010 with an all call to higher ed to really transform what we're doing so that we could create the optimum workforce and allow people to move into jobs that would help them have not only a livable wage, but a quality wage and a quality life.
And I'd make the argument, of course, that Bergen is answering that call in spades. #1 in New Jersey, number 26 in the entire nation. Bergen has now gone up to that ranking as well. But in your mind, there's a lot of different programs, initiatives at the college. What are some of the things that are spurring this rise in the national rankings for Bergen?
Much of it is our focus on student success. In 2013, we actually adopted a brand new strategic plan called Maximizing Potential for Student Success. And in this document, we made a promise to address 4 major issues. And the very first one, I will read to you, is student success and excellence. So we made a commitment to our students to put together initiatives and programs to support them to help them achieve their goals and move towards graduation. That's very important, and as I said from the onstart of this conversation, because they cannot move into great jobs, go on to complete their bachelor's degrees and upper level professional degrees unless we support them doing that. So we've really established some exceptional programs here. One is Ask Me About Graduation. A couple of years ago, we realized that many of our students did not know that they had the credits to graduate.
Almost unbelievable to think, right?
Unbelievable, but it happens. Students get busy taking classes. They get to the point where they're ready to graduate. No one sends up a flag and says, you've completed all your coursework. And they continue along that path, taking more and more classes because they don't know that they're ready for graduation. So we do a really good job now of running statistics for each student. We notify them with postcards and phone calls where they are in their programs, when they're getting ready to graduate. We're trying to support them as they work towards graduation. We also have other initiatives that we've implemented, like our one-stop shop downstairs. 3 years ago, all of our student affairs offices were positioned all over campus. We really placed the students in a situation where we gave them the runaround. We sent them from one building to the next, from one floor to the next, and it may take them an entire day to go through the registration process. Now everything is done in one area. We have the Kunami system, which they don't even have to sit and wait. Their numbers are called. We're trying to remove all of the hurdles and challenges for them getting registered and moving towards getting in class on the first day, ready to start their classes. We just were notified, we applied for the Achieving the Dream initiative, which will allow us to build best practices even more than we've already done. It's a program, a national program that focuses on studying our data to allow us to know where our gaps are with our students and with our programming.
And the point about Achieving the Dream, it has a significant value to the college, obviously, but membership is earned. It's not just like you get to become an Achieving the Dream school. You have to apply, and there's a process. And talk a little bit about why Bergen believes that applying for Achieving the Dream status is something important.
We believe it's important because it gives us not only a network for best practices, but it gives us as a leadership team, as a faculty and staff, a support system, other people to talk to work with who have gone through really major changes at their institutions to move from a 10% graduation rate to a 50 and 60% graduation rate in a small amount of time, to know how to do our work better for students. So it gives us a support system as well.
Is it safe to say Achieving the Dream helps colleges find new solutions to old problems?
It helps us find new solutions, but it also helps us understand which old solutions we have in place really work for our students and which ones are not working for our students.
What can the Bergen community expect to see from Achieving the Dream in the next couple of months and down the road from there too?
We're going to have our official launch in October at our Professional Development Day for faculty, staff, and students. We have our 2 new Achieving the Dream coaches who will be coming to that Professional Development Day. They will be launching the event for us with a student panel. We will get to hear from students firsthand what some of their challenges are so that we can begin to have a discussion about how we alleviate those challenges and really support them as they move towards graduation.
talking about achieving the dream, deals a lot with data, talks about assessment. There's another, I'd say, big thing going on at the college right now related to assessment and data, talking about middle states. We also have a visit in October from Dr. Ender, who is our chair of our evaluation team. Talk about the college's work with middle states right now, and we're about to go into a very big time for it. What's the update?
This has been a process that we have been in for the last 2 years, actually. There have been numerous faculty and staff committees working on our middle states reports. There have been numerous drafts done. Lots of data collected about the great work that our faculty and staff are doing. Part of what you do with a self-study is you highlight your great work, but you also take a critical look at where some of your gaps are and how you intend to address them. I can tell you that from the last visit to this visit, there will be a major difference. The report shines a light on the great work that our faculty and our staff are doing, not only in assessment, but building structures for students to help them succeed. And we're very proud of that, and very proud that we can highlight that in the self-study.
As we're sitting in your office right now, I can't help but glance over. You've got a front row seat to a pretty big project that's going on for the college as part of the Building Our Future Bond Act. A few years ago, New Jersey voters supported a major referendum to support building at New Jersey colleges. The Bergen project is a health professions integrated teaching center. As I said, you have a front row seat. How is the building going, and what can we expect going forward?
The building, as you can see, Larry, is going excellent. We have a great construction team working on the building. It should be open in the spring, right on target. The building is important to us because Bergen County itself is a hub for health professions. And in fact, it's been targeted by the county executive as a primary industry that he would like to grow in this county. Bergen Community College provides the workforce for that industry in this county.
We've talked a lot about some major initiatives, some major projects going on at the college. You've been at the college now for 3 years. You reflect on those 3 years. What do you think about your time at Bergen?
Over the last 3 years, I've come to understand that we do a lot here, that we have a lot of individual people who are making a difference in not only individual students' lives, but in members of our community's lives as well. The initiatives that we're doing support our students, they support our faculty and staff, but at the end of the day, we are an integral part of this Bergen community.
We looked back 3 years. How about looking ahead to the next few years? What do you want to see for Bergen?
I want to see us stay on target with our framework for the future, which means continuing to build our supports for our students and our community, to continue to build our workforce and our transfer options for our students. Right now, we have a new emphasis with the foundation, as you know. We have a new foundation director who just started about a month ago. And one of our focuses is going to be raising more funds so we can support our students and our community at a greater level than what we've been able to do in the past.
I think I speak for everyone when I say we're all looking forward to the next few years and seeing where the #1 ranked New Jersey Community College for associate degree graduates goes from here. Dr. Walter, thank you for taking the time to appear on this, the season premiere of Studio Bergen and Season 5. That's it. That's all we have for this episode. Thanks for watching. I'm Larry Levanka. Take care.